Welcome to the Sales Influence Podcast, where we talk about finding the why in how people buy. I'm your host, Victor Antonio. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for lending me those ears. Today I want to talk about, it was an interesting study I came across, and it's all about shopping carts, right? Shopping carts. How's that for a topic for today? Shopping carts. And what happens, they did this interesting study. Like when you walk into a store, let's say a Target or a Walmart, my question to you is, do the majority of people go left or do they go right? And the answer is the majority of people will go right, but not by your choice. The stores actually force you to go right. Here's why, and then I'm going to give you an example and then tie it back to sales. Here's why you go right with your shopping cart. They did an interesting study where they measured the amount of things people bought in a shopping cart, the average, let's call it the average shopping cart value. And they forced people to go to the right. And then, let's say a week later, they forced people to go to the left when they came into the store to do their shopping, right? And what they found is almost obviously or intuitive, and that is because we're dominant, most of us are dominant right-hand people, that when you go to your right, you'll plug stuff off the shelf easier than if you're going left. And what they found that on average, the shopping cart value is 30% higher when you go to your right. Because think about it. When you're shopping and you're using your right hand to grab things, that's natural. But when you go left and now you have to use your left hand to grab things, it's unnatural. Now, that may sound like no way, that can't be true, but it is true. But this is a very subtle way of influencing buying decisions based on, here comes the key phrase, on a frictionless experience. In other words, how do we make it easier for people to grab things or buy things? In this case, by forcing you to your right, they allow you to grab things easier. Now, how does that apply to sales? Ask yourself the question, how do your clients buy? This is where multi-channel is becoming very important because certain people buy a certain way. I'll say that the older generation probably still wants to go into the store or your place of business and actually talk to somebody. In the new market today, millennials, Gen Xers, guess what? They're comfortable buying online. A perfect example of this is either CarMax or Carvana, where you can now go online, basically look at cars, buy them, be pre-qualified for a loan or financing, and they'll have the car delivered to your house. They've made it that much easier for you to buy a car. So my question to you is, when you're looking at your customer base, your clients, do you really understand how they buy? And are you creating a frictionless experience for them to buy from you? In other words, are you making it easy? I'll give you another example. I know a lot of speakers and trainers who won't put their price on the web page because they say, well, Victor, I really want them to call me so I can talk to them. But that's not the way buyers are buying today. I believe that you'll lose more business today by not having your price on the website than vice versa. I believe customers go online, they want the content easily and accessible. And if they have to call, that's creating friction. If they have to send you an email, that's creating friction. So whatever you can do to make it easy for the customer to buy from you, the more you can reduce that friction, the more business you're going to do, and maybe your average shopping cart, price will go up. More people will buy from you because they find it easy. So look at your process of how people buy from you and ask yourself, can I make this more frictionless so I can get more sales than not? And that is it for the Sales Influence Podcast. Leave me some feedback on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you find me. Always love to hear your feedback. I get some great feedback from you guys, so thank you very much. Also, if you haven't done so already, check out the Sales Velocity Academy at salesvelocityacademy.com. We got some new courses. We got some webinars that we've been putting together. And if you haven't attended any of my master classes, I think you're missing out. So go to salesvelocityacademy.com, or at a minimum, sign up for the newsletter so you can get the updates on new content that's being released by yours truly. On that note, this is Victor Antonio, always reminding you, selling ain't hard when you know how. Take care. Hi, I'm Victor Antonio. I'm an author, sales trainer, and keynote speaker. I'm often asked, what makes a great speaker? Is it someone who delivers real content that the audience can use?
Is it someone who engages the audience so they're part of the learning experience? Or is it someone who can motivate an audience to push them beyond their comfort zone and discover new abilities? The answer is yes. But the most important thing to remember is that I'm not there to look good. I'm there to make my client look good. Simply put, it's never about me, and it's always about them.